boss.
What's up? So one of my brothers just gave me a tap on the shoulder. Word is there's a whole stack of cargo sitting in the mod shop over town. There's some crew sitting on it, but don't even worry about them. You'll roll right through them for real. Just get the van back here, and we'll do the rest.
Jamaria, hey, I decided I'd get on the mic for a minute. You know, there's not, look, even in your generation, all right, don't worry about them. Like, no, man. Women aren't even women in your generation right now. In your age group, no. You'll find somebody a lot better. Well, no, they'll find you. Okay? You won't have to find them. That's the way life works sometimes. I speak from experience, man. I went chasing love for 3 relationships, man. It'll find its way, right? Like I said before, right? That may sound like Bible thumper to half of you, but I got God in my heart. I got Jesus Christ. I'm working on that relationship, right? Because that has been a rocky relationship my whole life. That's all you need to focus on, man. Don't focus on women. You don't need women in your life. I'm telling you, don't need a woman to make you happy, right? And it sounds cliche, right? But you need Jesus Christ. You need the Lord in your heart. That's all. Okay? If you have God in your heart, Jamarian, listen to me. If you have God in your heart, then you won't be alone. Okay? And you won't be sad about your breakup. All right? Everybody experiences that in life. Oh yeah. And it sucks. It's not the greatest feeling. No. I mean, I had to learn how to live a single life all over again 4 years ago in 2020. It was not the easiest thing to do. No. It was a shock. Oh yeah. It was a shock to me. I think it might have been about a week until I woke up and realized that I'm free. You know? And you have to understand yourself. Now you're free of that. And plus, you said that the girl was a cheater anyways. So don't be upset over that. Hey? Once a cheater, always a cheater, I'm telling you. Okay? They're not gonna turn around and change color overnight. Alright? Like, you know what I mean. They're not gonna, like, they're not just gonna stop their old habits. Right? And especially now, all women are counting about, or
you're fine, right?
The younger generations.
Sure.
All they're doing running around is they want to get the biggest body count, right? What's going on, dude? But that's facts, right? We all know that, right? That's what they're doing. They care about a body count. They don't. There's no morals and values anymore in the younger generation. Like don't count on that. Like, it's gone completely out the window. Not to mention how woke everything is now. Yeah. You know, you can stop looking in your generation.
You calling for some wheels?
For a woman in your generation.
I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook
kiss
you
that
up.
goodbye. That's a write-off. Yeah. Women between the ages of like 19 and 30 right now, I don't even have a conversation with them. Yeah.
I'll bring it to you.
I mean, you could have friends, sure, but I mean, don't look into it as
ready
like
to move on.
marriage material or anything like that. No, they're definitely not. Because here's the thing: the modern day woman, right now, okay, she has unrealistic, like aspirations, and you know. They seem to think that all men are rich, and they seem to think that they can just use us and abuse us, basically. And that's facts. I mean, I was with a narcissistic person, and I didn't even know how narcissistic they were until I really started, you know,
What's up?
having to spend alone time with them.
Later.
Because, you know, before all the crap, right? It was like, when you think about it, I barely spent any time with that person. That's how I was able to tolerate that person, right? And when you both have work schedules, and it's different, you don't have the same time off, right? And you rarely get time off together, then it kind of worked out. And I realized that, right? I didn't start realizing that until I was single. I really had to take a look at the bigger picture. You don't feel sorry because you're in the breakup. You gotta feel better about yourself and wake yourself up and realize you are free now. Yeah, it was a shell shock, because probably it was. I'm guessing it was probably a girl that you really had feelings for, but it wasn't worth it. It's not that time. It's not the right time. God will put the right person in your life. I'm telling you, and that person won't turn around. They won't take advantage of you. They won't do anything bad like that. You won't experience bullshit in your life. Life won't be miserable. Because when I looked at it, and I realized with my ex, my life wasn't happy unless I was at work and outside of the home. And when I was at home, I was trying to pretend to be happy, but I wasn't really happy inside. I wasn't happy inside at all. Like inside, I was pissed off and grumpy, right? And what kept me going, basically, was beers and hockey. Yeah, that's what I look forward to. Leave me alone. I'm watching a hockey game. Don't bother me. This is a Canadian thing. Leave me alone. Last night was epic. Oh man, I told you guys we were gonna go to 7 games. Right? I called that. It's a money grab. Yeah. Now I don't know about the next game. I want the cup to come back to Canada. I believe in my heart that it will happen. But as they all say, though, it's the Stanley Cup playoffs. Anything and everything can happen. Big time. It's Canada versus the United States. It's going to be the biggest game on the planet on Monday. I was already listening to social media earlier today while I was on the crapper. You know, I'm like everybody else. Well, not everybody else. I mean, there's a lot of people that sit there and cruise Facebook when they're taking a dump. But me, nah, I cruise YouTube, right? And I download, I educate myself with what's going on around the world. And apparently, people are already taking days off work. They're canceling plans that they made for months in advance because of Monday's game. Yeah. And welcome back. But yeah, Monday's game is going to be electric. This is huge. Big time. I get to see this in my lifetime. This is awesome. Just a huge treat for me. Hey, our country's going nuts right now. We're so excited. Yeah. Because Canada hasn't won the cup in over 30 years. Or wait, no, sorry. No. Yeah, it won't wait. It might be. It might be accurate on that number. I think it was 1992 or 1993. And the last time it happened, Montreal Canadiens took it. Yeah, they did. Yeah, it was Montreal, and Montreal took that, and that was the last time we seen the Stanley Cup. Jamarian, what's going on, dude? Are you feeling better yet? Okay. Because I'll turn that frown upside down, right? One or two things gonna happen when you on the channel with me. You're either gonna laugh at me or you're gonna laugh with me. Okay, that's it. I know that one, right? Now, for my haters, there's gonna be haters and there's gonna be fans, always in life, right? I don't worry about my haters. I used to let it bother me. It used to let it bother me a lot for some reason. I don't know why. It haunted my brain. It was like, it was like, how do I put it? It had like a mind control on me, I'd say, for like about a year on my last YouTube channel. And thank you, yeah, thank you. Yeah, see, I appreciate when you guys say like, oh, congratulations on the you know, this many subscribers and that. But for me, until I pass 525 again, I'm not gonna care. I'm not gonna care as much. Nah, because you see, my last channel, I worked my tail off on. I had so much content and whatnot, and then they took it and shut it down. Cancel culture. They did that last year. They did that last October, actually. Yeah. So, this channel, I've been rocking this channel since. And subs come and go, right? It's kind of like the weather, right? It was nice some days, and then it can be shitty some other days. You're gonna gain subs and you're gonna lose subs, and especially nowadays with everything happening and this upside down world that we're living in. Yeah, people's minds change faster than they change their underwear. Yeah. People seem to be, they go, just when you thought you knew somebody, you find out how woke they are. And you're like, wow. It's like people are starting to wake up now, especially my generation. And a lot of people are waking up and realizing, like, hey, life is not affordable like this. This is not sustainable. This is ridiculous. Right? And these policies that they keep coming out with are just complete wow. No common sense whatsoever. Like, common sense somehow went right out the window. And at this point, it seems like the mentally insane from the funny farm, from the mental institutions are the ones that are running are it seems like it, though, when you think about it. It seems like the mentally ill are the ones running the country. Especially Justina Trudeau. Justina Trudeau is just, he is mentally, that's the poster child of mentally ill. That's the definition of mentally ill right there. Yes. That's a full-blown, that guy is so full of himself, he thinks that the whole country loves him. He doesn't think anybody hates him. Like, is he insane? Obviously. Somebody wake him up out of La La Land. Somebody bring him back to reality. Because he's not living in reality whatsoever. No. Hang on one sec, everybody. I gotta use a can. Well, a leak turned into a crap. Yeah. That just goes to show you shit happens. Literally. Oh man, the joys of getting older. Fun times. Your body changes, yeah, as you get older. I know, we don't like to think about it, but holy crap. Especially, you ever, I know older people my age, around my age, or at least around my generation, can probably relate to this. But for some odd reason, whenever you're out and about doing your business or out for a walk or something, and you gotta go to the bathroom, for some reason, as soon as you get closer to home, it gets worse. Yeah. And that feeling, it was like, oh man, the one time, I'll tell you guys right now, right? You know how much of a straight shooter I am. The one time, I was coming home, and I had crap so bad. So bad. Oh my god. Please, please, please. Make it. Right? I literally got in the door. In the bathroom. Was about to sit on the toilet. Or no, sorry. No, not even when I got to the bathroom actually. No. It was oh man, it was the most shittiest feeling ever, literally. Because you could feel it happening. It was coming out.
All right.
And I was literally like steps away from the bathroom, and it just started happening. And it went down my leg. Oh, I know. I'm going in details and everything, right? And trust me, those track pants and or sorry, the pants. And those boxers, yeah, they weren't washable. Let's just put it that way. No, I filled my pants. Yeah, at an adult age. Can you imagine what that's like? Want to know what that's feeling is like? Well, it would be embarrassing if I felt embarrassed about it, but no. You kind of, when you get older too, you kind of develop this I don't give a shit attitude. Literally. Like, I don't care. It happened. Damn it. Right? Didn't I do this when I was a kid? Right? It's like, damn it. I better not have to wear a diaper. Right? I at least, I laughed at it. I laughed at the situation with myself. Right? I basically told myself, I'm like, oh, wow, man. Congratulations, you shit your pants. You know? Like, next thing you know, we're gonna be wearing pull-ups all over again. Good job. You have to laugh it off. You have to laugh at yourself. If you don't laugh at yourself, you take life too seriously, you're screwed. You'll stress out. Yeah. And as you get older, you start looking around at everything, and especially the world, and you're like, yeah, I don't care. I just don't care. My generation doesn't give a shit. That should scare all of you. That should scare the shit out of the younger generation. Because my generation just don't give a rat's ass. No. Number one, we don't have feelings. No. Well, we do, but they rarely ever come out. And when they do, it's very powerful. And when we do express our emotions, oh, we do it loud. Yes, very loudly. So, in the upside down world that we're living in, like I said, I know the coming of Christ is going to happen. All the warning signs are here. Now, for some of you who sit there going, oh, he sounds like a crazy person right now. Oh yeah? Yeah? Really? I sound like a crazy person. Let me just ask you this. Do you think that we should continue to have an open border policy? And terrorists and people not from our country sitting here protesting on our country's soil and causing acts of violence and treason? No. Nope. Now, some of them are screaming, it's climate change too. It's because it's all hot out, right? The Lord's flooding parts of the earth, and the Lord's got parts of these earth on fire, and earthquakes, and you name it. Right? That's not climate change. No. Want me to hit you with some facts? Let me hit you with some knowledge. I'll let you all in on a little secret. The planet has been through much, much worse than we're putting it through right now. Yep. You want to know some? You want to learn something new today? Why don't you learn all the disasters, or not all the major catastrophic events that Earth has endured.
All right, bring the car in.
Over
We'll
time.
salvage the parts and get.
Right from the Ice Age, tectonic plates shifting. The Earth has seen it all, man. The Earth does not care about us. We are an infection to the Earth, okay? We are a disease to the Earth. You know what's going to happen? We'll all be long gone, the Earth will still be here. Yep. We'll end up wiping out our own civilization, and Earth will still be here. Yep. Earth will start life all over again. Yep. Dinosaurs ended up dying off. Well, as far as we know. I mean, there is many islands out there on the planet that are, you know, pretty much off the map and nobody talks about, and who knows what's on those islands, right? We discovered a creeping freak, Epstein's Island, right? So I mean, for all we know, Jurassic Park dinosaurs could exist. Who knows? At this point, I wouldn't put it past, especially in the crazy world we're living in. Yep, pretty much anything and everything's on the table now, right? You could turn around and you could probably say to people that Elvis is coming back, and man, they believe you. Because at this point, people are so gullible, right? They don't properly look into information, nothing. They just say, oh, I don't want to believe that, that's disinformation. No, that's called reality. That's called facts. That's called you don't like it, because that means that you can't talk your way out of it. You know? I find that very ironic. Right? Doesn't anybody else, or is it just me? Because they're all running around doing whatever they want, right? Not living in reality. That's what makes this world a scary place. See, when the woke start calling the shots, yeah, we need to stop this shit. I'm going to remind everybody right now, North America was not built on the weak. Canada was not built on the weak. If you need the definition of weak, I'll save you the time of looking it up in the dictionary, okay? Just look up Justin Trudeau, alright? That is the human definition of weakness right there. Yeah. And his famous crossing his legs when he sits. Listen, a real man doesn't do that. I'm telling you. Strong men, they don't do that. They don't do that at all. We have a handshake. We pull you in with our handshake. I can reference this because it's true. He's well known for this, and my grandfather was as well. Donald Trump will even tell you. You can judge a man right there by his handshake. You can tell what type of man that is. You can tell if that person's weak or strong right off their handshake. Any real man and any human being will tell you that. Not any human being, but a strong person in leadership role or management will tell you Like, a handshake says a lot about you. That's your signature. Anytime I shook someone's hand, unless it was, I don't shake a woman's hand. I've rarely in my time ever shaken a woman's hand, and when I did, one time she's like, "Oh my God, that almost crushed my hand." I'm like, "Sorry, I didn't mean to. I just, I'm just used to, you know. I do a handshake. I do a handshake. I don't gently put out my hand and then take my other hand and tap that hand with it. What the hell is that? That's a woman thing. That is a very feminine thing to do. I have to say it, because it is. Because, oh man. At this point, I can't even stand listening to that guy talk anymore. No. He literally now has that face you want to punch. And this country's sick of him. And we really don't want him doing anything more to embarrass us. Good God, I hope he doesn't do anything embarrassing at the Stanley Cup game. Fuck. At this point, us Canadians are really looking at it going, world major events, please Justin Trudeau, don't show up there. You're running our country's name into the ground. Literally. Now, I know some people don't like discussing politics sometimes, but at this point we don't really have choice. Excuse me. You all need to realize something very important, okay? What both governments are doing in Canada right now is not sustainable. It's not. It's reckless spending. It doesn't take a genius to figure that out. If I turn around and I start spending money like they're spending money, if I start doing that in GTA recklessly, what do you think is going to happen? I'm going to eventually run out of money.
Need any more?
And then I'm going to need to find a way to make more money. Right? See, the problem with the
Yup. Gotta load up before you head out.
the problem with the current federal government of Canada
Always
is
gotta have
that
a mag of that.
they say they're making investments, but there's no return. Right? In other words, they're stealing our money. They're stealing our money, and they're lining their own pockets. And corruption is coming out now. It's coming out in the wash. And a lot of corrupt people aren't too happy about that, but
He knows his shit up here.
you know,
Hell of a shot too.
it all goes back to the church. You can lie, cheat, and steal only for a little while. But eventually, God will have the karma god visit you. We had 10 commandments in school. When I was growing up as a kid, it was plastered on the wall. We had to read and learn them. You did read and learn them every day. And you stood up in the morning before morning announcements, and you could either sing the national anthem or you could stand. But you were definitely going to acknowledge our national anthem. I find it kind of hard when, foreigners come to this country and they get their Canadian citizenships or their American citizenship, but they don't respect our values and morals. They want to change our way of life, our culture. Yeah, fuck you, no. Fuck off with that shit. Do you see Canadians or Americans running into another country and telling them how to live and how to act? And that they got to change their ways and policies? No. No, you sure as hell don't. What do you think would happen if the Hamas protests were to happen over over in the Middle East. What would happen? Man, that stuff would be, it would be canceled in a heartbeat. Yeah. It wouldn't happen. And queers for Palestine, you try that shit over there, and they're gonna throw you off the. Go see if Palestine supports gayness. Go see if they support the gay community. Huh? You got the gay community turning around. You got their gay woke ideology bullshit wrapped up into everybody else's shit now. That they're turning around, everything and anything offends them. And the weak. And by the way, they don't want to be held accountable for their actions. No. And fuck, if you're anybody but a citizen from this country, you get treated with special treatment. So, I warned the government, the federal government. How? I got a very clear message for you, Justina. How long do you think the citizens will put up with this kind of treatment? Because we're Canadians and Americans, we're very, 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 very big-hearted people. Okay? And we have a patience level that is extremely high, but we're all getting to the breaking point. Like, this shit don't make sense. This is not my country. It is my country, but it's not my country. It's not the country I grew up in. It's not the country I looked up in and dreamed of. It doesn't even feel like Canada anymore. The only thing that feels like Canada anymore right now, I'm serious, the closest thing that brings me that I hold close, right, is hockey. It's the only thing right now that I feel that has united Canadians big time right now, is hockey. After hockey, we're screwed. After hockey, it's going to be an interesting summer. Because I can't watch baseball on TV. I have to be at a game. And I'm not really big into football anymore. Right? The Patriots ruined that for me. They keep just...
Good to see you, boss.
I don't know what the hell's going to go on in that organization. Bill left. I think it's going to go in the toilet. But hey, that's just me.
What can I do for you?
I'll be bored until October. Well, not bored, but
How do you choose between your children?
still, I'll go back. It'll go back to feeling like I'm not in
Your personal
Canada
vehicle's
all over
being
again.
brought up now.
Yep. It's like I'm slowly watching my country get changed to the cultures of a different country. And at what point are we Canadians and North Americans going to stand up and say we're not tolerating this bullshit no more? We're not gonna comply with your stupid policies. Right? This spells lockdown bullshit all over again, everybody. And we need to put the brakes on this now.
What's up?
I'm giving you guys the. We are. I don't. Well, actually, now that I think about it, we are at desperate times call for desperate measures because we can't keep going on like this. Life can't keep going on. It's not sustainable. There's more and more homeless people by the day. And excuse me. Oh, I really had to clear a loogie out. Right, sorry. We're at dire times. And at some point, us Canadian citizens and American citizens need to stand up to these tyrants and say, guess what? Enough is enough. You need to leave your positions. You're not helping the people. You're ruining the country. Stop sending our money to other foreign countries. You have no right sending money to a foreign country when you sit there and tell our own citizens that I'm sorry I can't help you. By the way, I need more money from you, so I'm just gonna tax you some more. But I'm not gonna allow you to make more. But we're gonna raise taxes. We're gonna make life more expensive. But we're just gonna you're gonna keep making the same wage. How the hell does that make sense? Some of you are finally starting to clue in. Because some of you, right, millennials, right, and the generation before that, you're quickly realizing that you can't keep up with your spending habits. The lifestyle you used to have, you can't keep up with anymore. Asmina, I see you. By the way, sorry. I just looked at the chat. Sorry, chat. Sorry, everybody. Here, Asmina. Hello, welcome back. Welcome, everybody. The controller's acting up on me. I'm not surprised, though. It's almost 3 years old. I've treated it pretty well, though. This one, yeah. I'm impressed it's lasted as long as it has, really. With the amount of hockey I was playing over the last 2.5 years, right? I don't. Well, some of you have seen it in my hockey games. We're gonna load up hockey here shortly because I got hockey fever. But yeah, when I play hockey, it's intense, man. It's not a. Well, I don't. As a gamer, you wouldn't. It's not a game that's very easy on your controller. No. It's like, I know. I'm surprised I didn't have to switch out the controller this year. Usually, I will only be able to play hockey for 1 season, 1 year, and maybe halfway through the second year. And like on a competitive level, right? That's how much life I would get out of the controller usually, right? Since 2017. Now, this controller's been different. Yeah, it's cool. It's unique. That's for sure. Yeah. It's got me through the good times and the bad times. Yeah. But all in all, it's quality though too. I mean, PlayStation controllers last. I'd never buy an aftermarket stuff. No. You once you start getting into that, the quality level goes down, obviously. Right? There's a reason why Sony charges so much money for their controllers, because the quality's there. It's built to last. It's almost like a. I almost refer to the PlayStation controllers, sort of almost like a Toyota or a Honda, an old school Toyota or a Honda. You know, like an early 90s version. Like, you can't kill those cars. Well, I mean, you can. I mean, like, you could total them, but man, it's like an old Honda Civic and an old Toyota Corolla could run forever.
Clock. What you want? Some wheels?
Kind of thing. Yeah. Kind of built like that. I mean, we got some vehicles like that that are American made, but not anymore. Like the old school Dodges and the old school Chevs and the old school Cadillacs. Like the cars that do any of you remember when a car actually had a proper steel frame and actually had some weight to it? Nowadays, okay, especially nowadays,
It's coming at you.
cars are pretty much made of plastic. Yeah. And then they want to put a heavy-ass battery in them. That spells more of a disaster. That's a great plan. Yeah. That... What knucklehead thought that up? What idiot didn't realize that... Oh, they're... Hang on for a second. They're saying it's climate change, by the way. Let's be clear on the climate change part. They're claiming climate change, but here's the thing, okay? It's not climate change. No. Climate changes all the time. That's just another fucking scare tactic to say to people. Okay? Just like the pandemic. I'll wear a mask, you'll be fine. Oh, 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Yeah, fuck. Where'd that go? Right? City of Calgary right now is the same thing. Right? The mayor of Calgary is sitting there lying to the people left, right, and center. You know, about that water main break. Right? Just, it's excuse after excuse after excuse. And I find it funny how the ones who are running the show are the ones who are telling you need to save the water, but not the businesses. No. We got to keep businesses running full throttle, but you need to, you can't have a shower every day. We need you to shower every other day. We need you to only do your laundry once a week, and we need you to keep reusing your water now. Right? It's like, wait a second. No, I'm not complying to that bullshit at all. Absolutely not. Why would you? Severe weather coverage for Ontario. Ooh, that just came out now. I might share that. I guess that's going to be an interesting day. Ooh, yep. Looks like Hamilton. I'll share this out with everybody right now. Oh, it's only a slight severe risk. Actually, I'm not going to share that. Nope. I grew up in Ontario. I know that. I know what a slight risk is. And storms move across there pretty quick too and fast. Now,
Hey.
back to where we were getting at. There is no climate change. Climate change is all the time. That's just another excuse for them to take our money. You understand? Now, back to what I was saying. Some knucklehead, right? I think his name is Stephen Guilbeault or Guilbeault. I don't even know how to pronounce his last name anymore. He's a psychopath, right? He's just as mentally ill as Justin, right? I think they spawned from the same mother or something. Anyways, this idiot wants to tell you, okay, hear me out. Now, they want to tell you that it's going to be better for the environment, that we got to stop the oil and gas, and we got to change everything to electric. And that's the way we got to go because climate change. Because if we don't, it's bad. Okay. Well, did they not realize, or did I guess Guilbeault, or however you want to say it, I guess he forgot to do the math, right? So let's think about this for a second. You want to take a regular normal gas powered vehicle off the road right now, right? Yet, and our roads are, you know, falling apart and whatnot, and it's hard to keep up with construction the way traffic's going now. In the summertime, even with any vehicles, just a regular gas vehicle on the road tears up concrete and the asphalt. Okay, and that's a gas vehicle. Now, imagine this vehicle, put a heavy ass battery in it. What do you think that's going to do to tires? That's going to wear down your tires faster. Because that's what happens in a vehicle. Your tires will burn off the traction from your tires the heavier your vehicle is. And the longer it's in that state. It's not meant to, I mean, pickup trucks are meant to withstand weight and they're built differently, but automobiles, SUVs, no, they're not. They're not meant for that. So now, well, not now, but actually they're implementing it. And nobody thought about the fact that, hey, you got to mine all of the material to produce the batteries. Where are you getting all that? Huh? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Not to mention, okay, so you're going to have bigger wear and tear on your vehicles because they're electric. And by the way, there's not enough parts in demand, so keep that in mind. Parts for your vehicle will become
You need some, huh?
extremely
When you ride?
expensive.
Okay, I got stuff to do.
And not to mention, what do you think that's gonna? They say the power. We have already warned the federal government, the idiot federal government, that we've had a couple times where using coal and oil and gas to keep this country lights on, right, has its breaking points. Okay? Now, excuse me, what do you think's going to happen when a hot summer comes, right, and people are using the air conditioners,
What do you need?
but yet they still need to charge the car. They need to charge the SUV. Okay, so that's going to drain on the energy system. Where are you getting all the extra energy from? You say it's going to be from solar and renewable energy, but give me the facts. Because I can do the math and the facts. I'm no engineer. But I should have gone to school for engineering and whatnot, but I think journalism and informing people is probably going to be the path I'm going down now. And you know, of course, still sticking with the gaming, of course, you know. A gamer is always a gamer. Oh yeah. You can't quit video game. Well, I guess you could, but I don't think a true gamer can ever really sit there and be like, yeah, I don't think I'll ever touch a game back ever again in my life. Yeah, no. I'm probably going to be that old cat that's still in his 90s playing video games. Right? Because, see, when I was growing up as a kid, right, that's where we went during lunch break at school, and most times after school. If nobody was outside playing hockey in the street, and we weren't out in the street with our friends, as we got older, we were at the bowling alley or the pool hall. Because both those places had an arcade. Man, nowadays you guys are fighting and arguing at schools, and you're threatening to stab each other, which is cowardly behavior. Okay? It's bad action. When I was in school, you know what the biggest threat was? Right? Show up on the street and play hockey. Let's go. Bring your team. We'll bring our team. We got our net. You bring your net. That's how those conversations went down. Right? It is. Or I'll see you at the arcade. Yeah? I challenge you to Street Fighter at the arcade. See you then. See you at noon on Thursday. Like, and you know why you'd say stuff like that? I'll tell you why. Okay? Because you could say stuff like that, and then as soon as you did, there was a crowd of people that would be down there waiting to see it live. Yeah, no social media shit. No, we didn't have social media back then. No, we had to duke it out, but not in ways that generations do it now. You guys are doing it all wrong. Hell, when I was growing up, we solved things with our fists. That was a problem. Like, if you had hatred for somebody, like let's say you disliked them or something, right? You didn't get along with them at school or whatever. You had it out. You eventually had fists because one of you would taunt the other one, right? And then eventually you'd fight back. That's just it. You go toe to toe. We never used weapons in school. If we brought a weapon to school, holy shit, all hell would break loose. You'd get beat. Man, not only that, your reputation would be soiled and put in the toilet for life. They would call you a coward forever. You wouldn't be able to live that down. I'm telling you. Kid brought a BB gun to the school once. Okay? Shot the other kid in the back 14 times because he thought it was fun. Thought it was funny. You know what everybody did? Beat the shit out of him. Right on the spot. Cops didn't even get to the school fast enough. They had to call the ambulance. Yeah. They messed him up good. Like that was a big no-no. You don't, not in my days. All these cowardly acts that are going on with weapons and stuff, and all this reckless, lawless behavior. Do you think that's okay? Like, my generation's only going to tolerate this stuff so much longer before we're going to have to put the brakes on it ourselves, right? And have to stop the shit show. Now, my home city is the city of Toronto. So when I see my city, I will always call it my city in my heart. Because I was born there. Alright? When I see my city suffering, flipped completely upside down?
It's a special item on the Securo Serve network.
God.
More expensive than
When
the
I was
normal
growing
stuff,
up,
but
there
it'll
wasn't people
more than
living
pay
on the
for itself
street.
on sale.
There was
You
some
wanna take the
homelessness,
risk?
but it was
Have
very
them make the
rare.
deal
It was
on the Securo Serve
extremely
network.
rare. And there were spaces at shelters. People had jobs. The streets were cleaner. The people were nicer. The people were happier. I mean, life was affordable, and it wasn't completely miserable. It had its challenges, yes, but it definitely wasn't flipped upside down the way it is now. You got more than 236 homeless encampments in the city of Toronto alone. 236 homeless encampments. Just let that number sink in for a sec. 236. But apparently, according to Justin Trudeau, Canadians are happy and doing well. And we're doing better than anybody else in the whole world. Well, no we're not. Let's just be honest here. Alright? Listen, you can listen to lies all you want. Right? But I see it all going to crap. I see a communist Chinese woman running the city of Toronto. How'd that happen? I swear my grandfather would be spinning in his grave if he knew what was happening to his city. I'm surprised my grandfather didn't end up turning around and running for Prime Minister. Because he sure as hell made a great fire captain. Yeah. I'll tell you something else. Right? He is different, man. When I was younger, this city, like the city of Toronto, was different, man. It's just, inside, I feel, you know, my exes have said to me before, you know, I've broken your heart, this and that. Listen, no, you haven't. One team's been breaking my heart this entire time. Since diapers, and that's the Toronto Maple Leafs. Second of all, what breaks my heart, what breaks me inside, is when I see the city of Toronto falling apart. Oh yeah, that's not Toronto. No, that's definitely not our Toronto. You ask anybody who was born there. Ask anybody who was born there and came from there. They're gonna tell you that right now. Everything's gone. Everything's turned upside down. Nothing is. It's not safe there anymore. And by the way, who put a police chief in charge of the city of Toronto? That dumbass turned around and goes, you can't make this up. I mean, you could, but I mean, I didn't make this up, right? He actually was telling people auto theft in the GTA is so bad, that people are breaking in to steal. They're breaking into your house to steal your car, like to steal the key fobs, right, on the vehicles. And the the police chief says to avoid thieves coming in and doing bad things to you, right? Please leave your key fobs at the front door and leave your front doors unlocked. In this day and age, leave the front door unlocked? Maybe when I was a kid you could do that. When I was a kid you could leave the door unlocked. You could forget to lock your house at night and nobody would dare to turn around and break into your house. It was a community, everybody knew everybody. You didn't do stuff like that. You toed the line. You showed respect for people. All right? It was a functioning society. Society was functioning. Society was safe, much safer than it is now. Oh yeah, a lot safer. You could let your kids go play in the street unsupervised and not have to worry about it. You know why? Because the neighbors would be outside on their porches or outside doing something, and they knew the kids in the neighborhood, and they keep an eye on it. They keep an eye on everybody. Everybody looked out for one another. Nobody looks out for anybody anymore. Because it's twisted. The only people who are looking out for each other anymore is my generation. I hate to say it, but the younger generation is screwed. You're doomed. Yeah, because shit's hitting the fan and you're all falling apart. You have no... You're the younger generations have no structure, no leadership, no nothing. The only... You have a pretend leader, and his name is Justina Trudeau, and we don't know if he's a male or a female yet. He's probably going to transition soon, right? The month of June's not over yet, okay? So he just may come out of the closet. I mean, he's pretty much 3/4 out of the closet, but he might as well come fully out of the closet and just say, "Hi, my name's Justina. I'm not Justin. I identify as Justina. It wouldn't surprise me if, honestly, he tries this as a political strategy. Yeah. For the elections. It wouldn't surprise me if it comes out and says I'm gay. Yeah. It's like, I almost want to bet the farm on this one, and my left nut. But, I mean, it still may or may not happen. But, I mean, when you look at the possibilities right now of that happening, that's like a 75% chance. Yeah. I'd say those odds are pretty good. Right? And considering the fact that we keep seeing him being delusional on TV with everything he says and crossing his legs when he sits down, like, yeah, it's coming. He acts feminist. He says he's a feminist. And listen, a real man is not a feminist. A real man is a warrior. We're strong. We know how to go out in the woods and start a fire. We know keep warm. We can build a shelter. We know how to fish. We know how to hunt. We know how to shoot guns. We know how to play in the forest. All right? That's what. And by the way, a man turns around and bottles up things and keeps things and stays strong. Stay strong for the family. Stay strong for everybody around them. All right, that's what true warriors do. That's what strength and leadership does. That's how North America was built. If you do the statistics right now, the men are not in the labor force the way they used to be. The labor force now is screwed. There's no strength and unity in the labor force, period. None anymore. People get weak, people get soft, people turn around, people are getting fired, people turn around and make stuff up on somebody, then they turn around and fires them and uproots their life. Yeah, there's no strength and unity anymore. Back back in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, man, men went to work. We worked our asses off. We provided for our families, and we came home, and we still did stuff around the house. There was no, like, none of you would have survived being me when I was growing up until 2020. Like, before the pandemic, I was a workaholic. I lived at work. Even when I came home, I was still doing stuff around the house. I'd still like, I'd have a list. My ex would give me a list of things. She's like, do you think you could get this done for me, please? Okay, yeah, all right. Oh, by the way, this came up. Can you fix that, please? All right. When do I get to sit down and relax and have a beer? That's all I want to do. Right? When a man gets home, he just wants to be able to sit down for a minute, have a cold drink, all right, relax after a hard day, especially after working, 12-hour or 13-hour day, right? I'm pretty sure that I'm hearing a lot of you on YouTube cry and whine and complain that you're working 6 and 7 hours a day, or even 8 hours. Yeah, and those are the crybabies from Starbucks, man. And you call yourselves like strong? You think you're strong? You're weak. You're weak sauce. You wouldn't have survived. No. I even driving the truck that's physical labor. That there's physical labor involved in that. And like I said, one of my longest days was 22 and a half hours. Can you imagine that? 22 and a half hours of physical labor, of loading a trailer. Okay? That's loading household goods.
Christian Feltz, present.
I loaded 21,000 pounds in 22 and a half hours. Yeah. Me and one other person. If you want to do the math, that's just about 1,000 pounds an hour. Right? Maybe a little more. Or, no, sorry. 21,000 pounds a day. No. That was almost 1,000 pounds. Usually you're supposed to be, when you're loading, you're supposed to be able to average when you're in the household industry, right? You're in the household goods, you're moving people across the country. You're supposed to be able to load about 1,000 pounds an hour. Average. With a good crew. With a crew of 3 at least. With a crew of 2, and you pull that off, man, you don't. At one point, I didn't even talk to my co-driver anymore. Nope, because we didn't like the situation we were in anymore, right? At first, we thought, okay, that's fine, no problem. We'll handle it, and it's a Sunday, One of the guys had called in and said, I can't make it, right? No surprise, right? There was a big hockey event thing that happened, so I wasn't surprised. Anyways, we think to ourselves, how bad could it be? We've done this before, right? Not the loading 21,000 pounds by ourselves before, but we looked at it and we're like, it can't be that bad. Oh, it was that bad. Yeah. Because see, I know it's not gonna. Some of you are gonna say, how did it take up the whole trailer? Well, it took up the whole trailer. We showed up there with an empty trailer. We were supposed to pick up another load a couple days later on our way to Vancouver. No, that was not gonna happen. I'll tell you why. Because we showed up there, and the sales representative had bullshitted the customer, basically, and basically lied to them so that they could get the sale, right? And that was happening a lot in the industry, which we were getting sick and tired of. But we looked at it and we were like, the salesperson had sold us and told us, and so did dispatch. They said, you're going to load 15,000 pounds. Okay. 15,000 pounds max. And then we're going to get you another load to put on there. We'll throw like 10,000 pounds on. Okay, we're nice, right? Nope. This customer's place, man. When we got there, all big furniture, and it was all handmade too. Yeah. We're looking around. We're doing the walkthrough with the customer in the house, and him and I get on the phone with dispatch, and we're like, "There's at least 20,000 pounds here. This is not a 2-man job. This is a 4-man job. There's all heavy stuff here." Yeah. They're like, "Well, you know, it's Sunday, and you know, it's hard for us to get a hold of people and everything else. We'll try and get you some help out there at some point." What? We're all the way out in Medicine Hat, for fuck's sakes. Like, send us some people now. Like, find someone in the area. Find a highway driver to come in and help. Right? "Oh yeah, we'll get you some help. We'll get you some help." Dispatch would always bullshit you like that. Okay? Did the help show up? No. By time we're like, I don't know, 8 hours in to loading, we're looking at the truck and we're like, we're not even halfway here. Done. Yeah. He's looking at it going, "It's already filled half the trailer." And he's like, "I don't know if everything's gonna fit." I was like, "I know." I'm like, "Usually we can judge it." I'm like, "I don't know about this." He's like, "I don't know either." Right? And we kept encouraging each other and going along with it. Finally, by hour 12 and 13, we were getting annoyed. Yeah, to say the least. Alright? Do I have a Bigfoot outfit? No. No, and I don't need a Bigfoot outfit. Why would I have the Bigfoot outfit? The Bigfoot outfit's for cowards. Yeah. I see that stupid TGG guy run up with his Bigfoot stupid outfit on, and he goes and turns around and murders a guy in front of the casino each and every time, like a psychopath. Yeah, I'm not like everybody else. No, I'm different. I'm special. I'm unique. I'm one of a kind. Yeah, I'm the one and only Bam Bam. I do things different. A lot of people do everything that everybody else does, and me, I set my own path. I do. I write my own notes. I'm what they call a leader, not a follower. Yeah. I've never been one to follow. No. Never. I was always the one that was outspoken, that would stand up for our right. Like, I knew our rights and freedom. Like, I was one of those nerds growing up in school. Like, I was smart, but I wouldn't tell anybody about it. I would hide my smarts. Right? I'd hide my uniqueness and everything I did. And I'd spend my time in the library. And sure, I got picked on for it. I got made fun of, especially because I was a short kid. Right?
Look here, the president of the motorcycle club.
That's another thing that's difficult in life, growing up. Try going to try being in school the whole time while everybody's taller than you. Yeah, but here you are. You're this little, strong guy. They found out how strong I was. Yeah. Everybody did. Yeah. But I would, when the internet, especially when just before the internet was born. Technically, it was born in the 70s, but we're not going to get into that right now. Dial-up internet came out when I was in grade 7, and before the internet, I would, if I wasn't playing hockey, I would be in the library, and I'd be into the books, and just everything fascinating. I wanted to know everything. I wanted to know history. I wanted to know how things. I wanted to read into politics, and I wanted to figure things out, and I wanted to learn about the country and learn about airplanes and just you name it. I picked different things to learn. I always kept changing it up. Like, I wouldn't stay focused on just one thing. I'd be like, okay, well, next week I'm gonna learn about oceans, right? I'm gonna go find out what books are about oceans and read into that, right? I miss those days. I really do. I miss that. I miss the old books smell. Like sometimes when I have dreams about it, I know that's a weird thing to say. Like dreaming about going back to the library. Really, Bam? Yep, definitely. Yep. I had a dream once. I was back in the library. It was awesome. It was like right back to the days where I was growing up.
Time. I've got all day.
It was like the smell was there and everything. It was a beautiful day, sunny out, and the library's big, full of books. And I was one of those. I volunteered in the library too, so I would put books away, right? And learning how to put books away, you learned how to be organized. You know, I was very, very well organized. I know where my things are. Like I'm the same way at home, right? And when I put something somewhere, it's got to be in that spot, and that's where I put it. Right? That's its spot. That's its home. Now, the internet came along, and I started diving in and trying to learn everything I could off of there. But the internet turned out to be, well, not really truthful. Not fully truthful. Right? Nevertheless, I learned about a lot. Yeah. And I can tell you, the world that we're living in now is a messed up place. There's no morals and values. I could walk home from school by myself and not have to worry. You can't let your kids walk home from school by themselves now. No way would I let that happen. Like, hell with that, no. Not your younger kids, maybe your older ones, maybe your teenagers, you know. You can let them have their freedom or something and not embarrass them by picking them up from school. But I mean now, in this day and age, no, everything's flipped upside down. Kids don't have no sense of direction. The younger generation don't know shit. I feel bad for them. I really do. Honcho, what's going on? Welcome back, brother. I'm having a much better day today. Even Honcho he can weigh in on that one, cause he's a little bit older than me, but we came from the same era, right? And we can tell you that this world is completely batshit crazy now. I don't know what's going to happen for your generations, right? You younger generations, I don't know what you're going to do. Like I said, you don't know the basic survival skills. All you know is that little cell phone in front of your hand. All you guys know is get on social media, go and whine and cry and complain and about anything and everything. And then you're going to pick and choose something to go after, some part of the culture and history, and then you want to turn around and flip that upside down and complain about that too. It's like everything you guys complain about, God forbid, what would you do if you didn't have a cell phone anymore? Huh? I'll tell you what happens. I'll tell you what's going to happen right now. You think anybody who's addicted to a substance, you take it away from them right off the bat, or they stop using it right there on the spot. You not think that mentally you're going to go mess them up? Now, I would think it would be mental complete chaos. Thank you much on the 300. Yes. Thank you. I think it would be complete, and I almost know it's going to be complete and utter chaos if the cell phones stop working. Has any of you thought about that yet? Yeah, scary, right? You want to talk about control? What's going to happen when they shut the cell service off? Because they want it, because there will be an experiment. Just like the masks, just like the virus. Remember, it was wear the mask, 2 weeks to flatten the curve. And we're gonna have this all taken care of in 2 weeks. 4 years later, here we are. We still got people wearing masks out in the street. Now, they're controlling the water. They're fear-mongering people with the water main break from Calgary. And now they're trying to say, well, we're gonna, since this has happened, we're gonna have to take measures now, and we're gonna have to look into restricting everybody's water during summertime from now on, and we're gonna have to put it through city council. So they can't keep the civilians safe. They can't keep their city safe, and they can't keep the homeless off the streets. Now they're gonna pollute. Now apparently they're gonna try and police your water. Yeah, that's not gonna go over well. There's not gonna be any compliance on that one. And they opened up a snitch line. Yeah, you know what that is? That means, for those of you who are, what do you call that? Like Karen 2.0? Yeah, or 3.0 at this point. Yeah, for some of you, that means, hell, you go out and water your lawn in the backyard, and your neighbor knows that the water ban's on. They're gonna turn around and pick up the phone. They're gonna call bylaw on you. Next thing you know, bylaw gonna show up at your house and give you a fine. Yeah. Even if you state to your case, oh no, I only did this, or I only used it for a few minutes. I only used it to wash something off. Right? Or I was making sure my vegetable garden was getting water. Nope. They're gonna snitch. Yep. It's like, as soon as they're starting to try and control everything, right? They have control of your mind, right? Because they fear-mongled you, right? Most of you are so fear-mongled and fucked up. You think COVID's gonna have? You know, one thing. If just saying, all right. Now, if the protesters right now, you out of control lunatics who are wearing masks, right, and on private property, destroying private property right now, are you guys sick? Is there something wrong with you? Because you're not keeping me safe, right? I'm breathing fresh air. You understand? I'm not confining my lungs with the same air over and over and over again. That's just ridiculous. You're making yourself sick. You're literally drowning your lungs. Eventually your lungs are going to build up moisture inside there and you're going to drown. Scary. Scary thought. For some of you, you didn't know you can drown from the inside, huh? Yeah, you can. You know you can drown from just a spoonful of water. Yeah. Fun facts for Saturday. Anyways, I'm going over to hockey, right? Because it's that time. I got hockey fever. Hockey fever. Man, so I don't know how I'm gonna sleep, right? Monday's my new Christmas day. It's like Monday is a Stanley Cup, right? And you got Tuesday, I think it's Tuesday. Let me double check. Yeah, Tuesday. So on 25th, the new DLC drops for GTA. So that's perfect. Right? Oh man, that's gonna be a rough 3 a.m. wake up. I'm looking forward to it, but not looking forward to it, because now that I think about it, oh god, the amount of beer I'm gonna crush down watching that hockey game. Right? And then it's gonna be like the DLC is gonna drop at 3 a.m. The game won't end till probably like God only knows. Like it'll be a late game. It's the Stanley Cup Finals, right? And everybody's watching it, so it might be a late start to the DLC, on Tuesday morning, but I'll try and do my best for the 3 a.m. Because you gotta understand, for us Canadians, this is the biggest day of the year for us. Yep. We have the hope. There's that slight chance of hope that the Stanley Cup will come home to Canada. Alright? And it won't be won by an American team. You understand? It's literally Canada versus the United States. And it's Game 7. This has not happened in my lifetime. Not a Canadian team and an American team ready to face off and have one game left to decide it all. One game now decides it all. Imagine how they're feeling. Oh, I don't think they could sleep either. Alright? I imagine all those guys got the jitters. Yep. They're excited, terrified, and everything else all at the same time. Their adrenaline's already flying high, and it's not even Monday. Yeah. I can see it now. Yeah. Because not only that, it's going to be extremely intense, and for those guys, like the amount of pressure that they're under right now, everybody's under, is like you've got all of Canada's attention. Now, this is our sport. Hockey was born in Canada. Same with basketball. I know. For some of you Americans, that right there was just a stab in the heart. Yeah, especially for you basketball fans. Alright, you didn't know that, eh? Yeah, Canadians made basketball. Yep, we invented basketball. We invented the game of hockey. You're welcome. Alright? Amongst other great accomplishments, like maple syrup, bacon. But yeah, hockey's right there on the list. Right? And to us, the Stanley Cup, most of us Canadians, well, if you're a Montreal Canadian fan, it's different, but if you're not a Montreal Canadian fan, then you definitely care that they're in the finals. Actually, wait, I do stand corrected. Wait, I think we did face off against the U.S. Yeah, we did. There was an opportunity, and the Montreal Canadiens were in it, but I didn't care. And half the country wouldn't care either. The western half of the country wouldn't care because it's an eastern team, and if you're a Canadian, or you're a true hockey fan, and you're born in Canada, you've got a Canadian team that you stand behind. Like there is literally a team that you stand behind no matter what. Yeah. And the other ones, you know, the bandwagon jumpers, you know, the ones some fans will be like, oh yeah, you know, go Leafs go. Oh yeah. So, you remember when, you know, Darcy Tucker did this, blah blah blah, and they look at you puzzled, and they're like, wait a second, aren't you a Leafs fan? Don't you know about the Leafs? Oh, I'm a Leafs fan my whole life. Yeah. Well, what do you think about? What do you think about Matt Sundin and Dougie Gilmour and Domi? Right? What do you mean? What? And it's like they don't. You've got them. You got them by the balls. Yeah. I can spit facts about the Leafs right back to my diaper days. Yeah, I can. Yeah.